During these times of the year, as temperatures rise, there's a country whose popularity is steadily increasing. It's not just about the capital here. It's a place known for its beaches and quaint, peaceful towns. Croatia, the country that the English poet Lord Byron described as the pearl of the Adriatic, is situated at the intersection of Central Europe and the Balkans. Hosting approximately 4 million people, Croatia is now a member of the European Union, which gives it a solid economic and passport status. While about 1 million people live in the capital city of Zagreb, the remaining 3 million are spread across other regions. The country has a somewhat peculiar map. Expanding horizontally in the north, the map tapers and thins out as you move south. In fact, in the southern part of the country, the map is interrupted at one point. This is because the city of Neum, which belongs to Bosnia and Herzegovina, interrupts the southern territories of Croatia. Therefore, Croatians can reach southern resort cities like Dubrovnik via bridges they've built over the sea. With one of the world's most exciting maps, Croatia covers an area of 56,500 square kilometers, which can be considered relatively small. Of course, many European countries have similarly small land areas compared to countries like Germany and France. Croatia's immediate neighbors include Slovenia and Hungary to the north, Serbia to the east, Bosnia and Herzegovina to the south, and the Adriatic Sea. Looking at Croatia's flag, we see horizontal red, white, and blue stripes, with Croatia's historic coat of arms in the middle and old war shields from other regions of the country on top of that coat of arms. It's said that the inspiration for the horizontal colored stripes came from the flag of Russia, the most significant rival and ally of Croatia during the Austro-Hungarian Empire in the 19th century. Croatia gained its independence in 1991 after declaring independence from Yugoslavia. If you were to visit Croatia today, you could expect them to use the euro as their currency due to their membership in the European Union. Until 2023, the country used its own currency, the Croatian kuna, during its 10-year membership in the European Union. Nowadays, they have fully adapted to the euro. Countries like Romania and Bulgaria, which are also EU members but still do not use the euro, plan to switch to the euro soon. Croatia sustains its economy as much as possible with its numerous coastal cities and consequently temperate climate. For instance, they receive heavy visitors from northern European countries like England and the United States. When you look at people's faces, you can often tell that many have come from abroad for a short while, and you can see that these individuals have pretty upscale profiles. Croatia is truly a country of quality individuals. For example, people with passports of little value or those living in low-income countries don't directly enter this country due to requirements like the Schengen visa. Croatia stands out from other Balkan countries because all the neighboring countries to its east and south hardly require visas from almost any country, allowing anyone interested to enter freely. Therefore, Croatia becomes the first choice for those who want to spend their summer vacation in an elite European country, which increases the quality and economic activities there. The country doesn't have many globally famous brands. While they highlight a few local foods and beverages, I believe their biggest brand they've introduced to the world is undoubtedly football. Those familiar with football know that this small country of 4 million inhabitants achieves more success in football than countries with tens of millions of population. For example, they reached the World Cup final in 2018 and were eliminated by France. In the 2022 World Cup, they played their third match against Morocco and finished third in the world's biggest tournament. Dynamo Zagreb, their team in their own league, is one of the most important organizations promoting Croatia's brand value worldwide. Being a coastal country also puts them in an exporter position in the fishing sector. Mainly they trade fresh fish caught from the Adriatic coast to many European and Balkan countries. Furthermore, having a coastline elevates them in ship and boat manufacturing. Although the summer season has not fully opened yet, the country's beaches have already started filling up. People stroll around in short-sleeved shirts and shorts. European young women are one of Croatian beaches' most eye-catching beauty symbols. If you're going there for beaches and entertainment, renting an apartment months in advance is essential. Because when the summer season opens, people find themselves unable to find any vacant apartments or hotels in this country. For example, There's a city called Split with beautiful beaches. Apartment rents there are already exceeding €400 even now. Many cities in the country, including Split, give off a medieval atmosphere with their stone-built structures. When you combine this medieval atmosphere with crystal-clear waters on the beaches, they offer you a privilege that many countries don't have. For instance, Dubrovnik, the most popular region in southern Dalmatia, is described by UNESCO as an open-air museum. If you look down at the city, you can witness how unique the buildings with tile roofs look and how harmonious they appear with each other. The city's stone-paved alleyways are washed with shampoo during the day, and the streets smell clean, my friends. Of course, with such clean architecture, climate, and city, people don't forget to take plenty of photographs. Street musicians, on the other hand, add a musical atmosphere to the town. The coastal area of Dubrovnik is filled with boats, much like Bangkok in Thailand. With such tourist facilities, Croatians have become accustomed to organizing events not only on land but also on the sea. For example, they can take you on boat tours around the city's old historic texture or to the Croatian islands located just south of Dubrovnik. With a population so small compared to the land it possesses, one of the almost untouched azure clean bay islands is Lokrum, right across from Dubrovnik. No hotel or cafe has been allowed on the island. They only have clean bays. You can't stay overnight on islands like this, but they can be ideal for a 1-hour boat trip. Of course, you may get bored after a while because you won't find anyone on these islands. Additionally, since Dubrovnik is very close to Montenegro, even inter-country boat trips are organized. So if you feel like going to places like Kotor for a day while you're there, you can visit another coastal town offering a medieval atmosphere with boats. However, you may need to set aside €45 to €50 for this seaboat trip, because fuel is expensive in the country and the price of fuel ranges from €1.5 to €2 per litre. Also, if you look at the vehicles in traffic in the country, there aren't many luxury cars in Croatia. Sometimes you can even come across vehicles from the 90s. Since the country has a small land area, people can manage their transportation needs even with simple old cars. Also, you can see some vehicles on the road with the ignition on, but no driver inside. Because if people need to go into a supermarket spontaneously, or buy something from their homes or shops, they don't even bother to park their cars or turn off the ignition. From this, we can infer that Croatia is a highly safe and hassle-free country. Therefore, if you're looking for a safe European Union member country with a beautiful climate to live in, Croatia is definitely the place to be. If you look at some research websites related to crime rates in the country, you can see that Croatia is ranked as the 12th safest country in the world, surpassing most countries in Europe. Or on another website, we can see that the safety index for daytime strolling is 87 out of 100, and for walking alone at night, it's 75 out of 100. For these reasons, people called digital nomads who can earn money online from anywhere in the world can choose to live in Croatia. Although the country is a member of the European Union, since industrial production is not very high, the per capita income is not that high either. For example, in the ranking of annual per capita incomes for the year 2023, Croatia ranks 44th with an average of $42,000 American dollars. In fact, before becoming a member of the European Union, the country was in serious economic trouble. They have overcome major setbacks since the post-Yugoslavia period, and nowadays they mostly have an economy focused on tourism, thanks to both the European Union and the advantage of their geographical location. For example, they have thought of everything that could cause tourists to spend money. Almost every parking lot you see in the country is paid, and you have no choice but to pay a parking fee to park your car somewhere. While parking fees in the inland areas can reach up to €1 per hour, they can even reach €4 per hour as you head to coastal cities. If you look at the country's unemployment graph for the last 20 years, especially after 2013, which is the year of European Union membership, you can see that the unemployment rate has been decreasing year by year. For example, in 2023, the unemployment rate in the country dropped to around 6%, which is quite acceptable. As of 2024, the minimum wage in the country has been raised from €700 to €840. The average monthly net income of people varies between €1,100 and €1,500. Those working in professions such as law and medicine have a monthly net salary of over €2,000. Of course, these amounts are not considered very valuable in the eyes of Croatian youth, so they tend to head to countries where they can earn more money, such as Germany, Italy, or Norway. If you go to the country, especially in winter, you will mostly see people over the age of 50, because those who want to make a career cannot easily earn money in their country. For a family of 4 to live comfortably in the country, it is very important for 2 people to work. Even if only 2 people work in a regular job, their monthly salaries can only reach €3,000. Croatia has become increasingly popular, especially in the last 10 years, because some episodes of the world-famous TV series Game of Thrones were filmed in this country. There is a tremendous tourist density in some areas remembered from the series, and people compete with each other to take photos. Those who have watched the series will recognize this staircase at first sight. In addition, since the start of the Russia-Ukraine war, there has been a significant influx of Russians and Ukrainians into the country. Russians, especially fond of warm lands, see Croatia as a great opportunity. Some of them even marry Croatians and acquire citizenship. It should also be noted that the country has a shortage of doctors. Local people try to avoid getting sick as much as possible in the country. As in all the Balkans, Croatia's healthcare system is insufficient, and they do not have enough doctors. It is a known fact that people with chronic illnesses who come to such countries do not feel safe against a possible sudden illness. Croatians are known for being warm and friendly. They definitely don't have a tense demeanor and seem satisfied with the life they have. But when it comes to working, they're a bit relaxed. Like other Balkan countries, they have a traditional lifestyle based on family ties, and spending time with family comes before work for them. People are not in a hurry when they do their jobs, and life in the country goes on at a slow pace. Croatians are definitely not workaholics and prefer to enjoy life by savoring the geography they have. They drink plenty of wine, swim in the seas, consume seafood, and travel to other countries without visas. Besides Zagreb and Dubrovnik, the most well-known place in the country is the city of Split, which I mentioned earlier. This is a place where there are palaces belonging to the Roman Empire, and it is one of the places where you can breathe in the historical atmosphere of the country the most. There are also symbolic soldiers dressed like Roman soldiers in the city. Due to their historical past from the Roman period, Croatians try to attract tourists to the region by equipping the remnants they have with symbolic soldiers. Or they can provide people with a free musical feast by organizing large-scale concerts in ancient theaters at night. We can say that the culinary culture of Croatians in the country is more influenced by Hungary and Austria. Apart from seafood, people here like to consume beef soup or pork with potatoes. Croatians start their day with a strong coffee instead of tea for breakfast. The cost of having lunch at a nice restaurant ranges from €20 to €25 per person. There are also street fountains in Split where tourists line up to taste. In Balkan countries, the water from street fountains is drinkable wherever you go. This is one of the details that truly showcases the fertility and cleanliness of this geography. Even though the summer months have arrived, the fountain water is refreshing and sweet. It poses no health risks, and tourists can drink from these fountains. Like in Dubrovnik, you'll also come across many narrow streets and stone buildings in Split. Besides being clean, each narrow street offers something to buy from the locals. They usually sell olive oil, jams, and souvenirs. The general layout of the markets is reminiscent of traditional Balkan bazaars, and compared to supermarkets, you can find cheaper and more natural products at these markets. At night, the tranquility in Split disappears, and it hosts loud club music and attractive people. Young people line up to enter venues. This situation is a sign that Croatia promises something to people during the day and at night. In this video, we focused on Croatia through its coastal cities like Split and Dubrovnik rather than the capital Zagreb, and we examined some statistics about the country. Undoubtedly, the country is one of the most valuable in the Balkans and has many extra positive features compared to other Balkan countries. If you would like to see a more detailed living video about the capital Zagreb, you can like the video and subscribe to the channel.